You are good, sir.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Innisfil Rotary Club. Welcome to those online. We have a small group today. There are a lot of people on vacation, so if we can rise for O Canada after we sound. So Al is not here today. So I'll do a little bit of a SAA. So one of the things that we were thinking about for doing as part of attendance, but we don't really do attendance, is some of our learning modules. So people, this month is literacy and learning. So we're going to be doing some of the modules for learning today, and we thought that it would be a great way for individuals that are not at meetings to get back on and start doing it for attendance. Other than the seven, has anybody seen what they did at the big shoot with the kayaks? Yeah. So they brought in all, they had all these kayakers come, and they closed it off to boat traffic, and they put all of the kayakers in there, and they went through the big chute. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4. It was packed. It was packed. So we'll get on to business this morning. One of my things is I just wanted to say thank you to all of our club members who come weekly to participate online and in the library, especially on days like today. And moving forward, when it becomes winter time, we have to get up. So I do appreciate you all being here. Senior wishes, our district day is going to be September 11th. We're going to be doing some stuff at Sandy Cove. We have our insurance coverage for that. I'm just waiting for Linda, my contact at Sandy Cove, to actually get back to me, and I'm going to just take a look around at the houses that need some work, and it's external. 3 of the individuals are, one is blind, a woman is blind, the other one, the gentleman, is kind of immobile, and so he needs help with some of the exterior things, like just some weeding and gardening. They've actually, both the blind woman and the gentleman have received notification from Parkridge that they need to get something done with their housing exterior, with their gardens and stuff. So those will be the 2 that we concentrate on, along with the other 3. So I just have to wait to see what those are. I'll go out and check it all out to make sure that it's all good and we can actually do the work, and it's not going to harm us in any way.
Excuse me, Debbie.
Yeah.
Do you have a time yet?
No, it'll be in the afternoon. on the 11th, which is, I believe, on Monday.
Yeah.
It would be in the afternoon, just probably just after lunch, and weather dependent on that day too. That's the other one. So if you have a power washer or anything like that, just make it handy, because I think we have to power wash one of the houses, parts of the house. So tulip orders. I know that we need to get our tulip orders in. So I have a form here. Allison asked if I just send this around today, and for our group, how many tulips that you would like to request, so that she can get that going. Our collection. So Whitney sent some information about our collection for September, our community collection. We will be doing women and children's shelter, and we will be doing healthy snacks for that. So starting next week for the month of September, we'll be collecting that, so you can bring them here and I will hold on to them. And then when Whitney does come to meetings, we'll just pass them on to her.
President Debbie, do you have to be peanut free?
I believe they do. Yeah, I forgot to bring the list.
For public schools?
No, women and children's shelter.
Did you get the one that's like a PDF that's easy to print as opposed to the graphic one they have on their webpage?
Yes, so what does it say? Snacks, individually wrapped school snacks, crackers, cookies, fruit snacks, or cups. Juice boxes, applesauce pudding. Kid-friendly cereals, breakfast, oh no. It doesn't say anything about peanut free.
If they say school snacks though, it's automatically gonna
Peanut free.
assume.
I think most snacks.
And I happened to go President Debbie yesterday or the day before with a personal donation. And the one thing that they were really excited about was the box of Rice Krispie squares that you get at Costco. That's got about 30 or so in it, because they are, every kid loves those, so they will.
So there's a perfect opportunity there.
Yeah, it's really healthy.
I added a couple things to the agenda just from our board meeting last evening, and I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. So membership, Barb, who's our assistant deputy district governor, the ABG, she informed us that our club is kind of on the same level as all the other clubs with regards to membership, attrition, and new members. So we have 26 current members, and our average attrition is -7, whereas all the other clubs who have 44, 30, 36, 56 are in and around -8 to -13. So we, considering we're a smaller club, we're actually doing very well.
Yeah, you could spin that into a really good story for sure.
Yes.
But it is something that everybody's battling with. I think that's the message there, is that all people have made decisions as a result of different things, and they've made decisions. I think this is still a drag from, my opinion is it's a drag from COVID, where people hung in there, they paid their dues and they hung in there, but it's not what it was for them. And a lot of it is aging out, if you will, like people deciding that if they want to reprioritize. That's what we've been in our conversation. That's what we heard, was that people are making, it was a good time to exit for them, and then they've been lifers. So
yeah. So to help with that, Jennifer Jarrett, who is the district representative for membership, she has sent out a request if we would like to have her as a presenter. So I think Andrea and Teresa are working with her to try and get her to physically come in and do a presentation on membership. So that's our membership. The other thing too is, I don't know if all of you are aware, but there's a donor wall for the trail at the YMCA at the rec center. It's been damaged over the years. So what the town has done is, well actually Barb has gone to the town and asked if we can have that fixed, because most of the damage has occurred with hockey teams and things like that have been going there. So the board last night put a motion forward for approval of $500 in conjunction with the town so that the wall can be fixed. And they're doing a new acrylic, instead of glass, they're doing acrylic, and it will be a lot nicer and last a lot longer. And the staff have been advised to make sure that moving forward, no future damage is done to this. These presents would be good.
Good luck with that.
It's not in the budget.
I got it in with the chief and it still doesn't.
It's inside the IRC, isn't it?
Yes, it's in the far wall there, so.
I think it will actually draw attention again too, because it's new, right? And so, and it will look, those of you who've been in Risardo, it will look a lot like the Risardo donation wall, save and except that's on glass and this is acrylic because it's more practical.
Okay, and then, I'm actually just gonna pop down to updates. So the trail, we talked about the donor wall. We also, I've been doing a lot of work with the town with regards to moving the trail along. And they have a master plan in place that will be voted on in October. And hopefully we can start moving forward with our next phase of the trail. We do have money in the bank still, which the $500 will come out of the trail account for that. So we will be moving on with that. Some of the information that was from the, that I looked through the book, the president looks after the trail and the trail committee. So I was going through all of that information and I found some emails that went back and forth about bench dedication, pollinator garden, and the next phase. So the pollinator garden didn't go forward. Instead, they put wildflowers there. And hopefully with their incoming budget, they will be able to replace the wildflowers with a pollinator garden with some of our assistance. So that's one thing we should look at. The other one is the bench dedication. So the benches that are going to be at the trail moving forward, and also I believe going down Innisfil Beach Road, the new part of Innisfil Beach Road and at the Innisfil Beach Park, any benches, that's where the dedication for past presidents will be on. So they'll have small plaques with all past presidents' names on them as they go up the road and then into the trail area. Onion Fest, we are still waiting for the check from Chris. Tim has a call in again as a reminder. We're hoping that the dollars are $5,000 that we get from that. But fingers crossed. Moving forward, we're going to do a contract with them to cover next year and the year after, so that we make sure that we actually do get the money that we are given as opportunity to have.
They're always slow on payment.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. Peace polls, they're moving forward. We're hoping that at least 2 or 3 of the peace polls will be in for the dedication for World Peace Day. Tim's working. If all of them, yeah. Harvest dinner, it's moving along great. Susie, how many tickets?
74 right now.
Okay. And
we had 56 last time, so that's
Oh, wow.
a jump in people. We've got the chef all organized. We've got the amount of food that we need to collect from him for him. We have Debbie was great enough to get us a discount on the Tiffany party rentals. So now we're in good shape for getting everything here and on time.
auction items, yeah, again.
We still need auction items, we need silent auction and any larger donations that we can get, and sponsors would be great, because we have a few big sponsors. And we'd like to continue to be able to raise money to set a signature event for us.
Yeah.
I have a sign up sheet here for if you would be able to help serve for got silent auction tables, so that we've got coverage on that. The open bar, we've got coverage. And they'll set up for the library if anyone wants to come and help early. We start at 4 o'clock. As soon as the Maker Fest is finished, we have to have all hands on deck get the tables up and get them all prepped and ready for the dinner. The chef will be here about 2:30 in the afternoon. He's gonna park up here and start up his barbecue because he's doing the roasts on like fresh right there. And then he'll have this room here for the chafing units so we can do our serving and then serve to table. So I'll turn this around. If you haven't signed up, if you haven't signed up yet, let's get everyone from our club, and we're gonna send an email asking for past members to come because it is a celebration also for a 10th anniversary +3. So if you haven't put on here yet, then please do so.
Chief, I don't know if there's an opportunity for us to do a live auction experience as a live.
We just had a chat.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was Andrew.
Way ahead of you.
Okay, great minds think alike.
Some of them do.
No, there's a,
Question?
it's Teresa's saying sign me up to serve.
Oh, Teresa signed up.
I will.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa.
thanks, Teresa. Yeah. Our RVH pledge, we made our first payment to our pledge of $20,000 over 5 years. And so we have a photo op. Katie's working on that. It will be hopefully at the South Campus. When a date is confirmed, we will have an email sent out for anybody who'd like to attend for that big check presentation. Also, moving forward, June 1st, our second installment is due of $3,598. So as we move forward with our events, we need to make sure that we put some money aside to cover off that next pledge. Okay. Oh, and one other thing is I would like for committee meetings to start up again. If your committee has not met over the summer, I would appreciate that they start up in September moving forward, so that we know what's going on, which will lead into our strategic plan and online learning. Okay, we're gonna do this one. Does anybody know what National Day it is today?
National Hurricane Day, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yesterday
Pretty
was
bad.
Women's Day.
It's actually a happy day.
Any guesses? No? It's National Beach Day. National Beach Day on August 30th celebrates all the sandy beaches across the nation. It also provides an opportunity to help keep those relaxing places clean so we can continue to enjoy them long into the future. Whether we spend time on beaches, oceanside, at the lake, or the river, they provide recreation all summer long. Recreation all summer long. Swimming, water sports, and sunbathing are just a few of the relaxing things that can come to mind. We also enjoy playing frisbee, volleyball, long walks, floating along in the surf on a hot summer day with friends, create summer memories we remember for years to come.
Good, National Beach Day. So we'll do good news, and if you would like to talk about a national beach or beach that you've attended, we will, that's acceptable. So start with the chief. You've got the container on.
Yeah, I do. Beach.
Beach or good news?
Or good news. I don't have bad news.
That's good.
You're in Switzerland?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're in
we're in Switzerland. Wow, there are lots of beaches. Probably the best beach I've ever been to is Cavendish Beach in Prince Edward Island. It's the one on the, it's trying to get my bearings here, but I think it's East Shore and it's got the big red cliffs there. I don't know if you've ever been there. You camp right above it, right on top of the cliffs. It's so fantastic.
There's beaches and not beaches. Summer seems to have passed us by real quick, but you can still go to the beach in September.
Yeah. I've been to a lot of beaches. The dirtiest beach I've ever been to is in Puerto Rico, in San Juan. That was filthy. You couldn't even walk up there. The most beautiful beach I think was in Hawaii last year. And one of my favorite beaches was in Cuba. It's just beautiful. They keep it so clean, and the sand is just absolutely gorgeous. My grandson started kindergarten yesterday.
Goodness. How did that?
We got safe. Yeah, they start in the States a week.
I grew up by a beach in England, one of the nicest beaches in England, one of the most popular ones in Blackpool, 7 miles of really sandy beach. Can't really swim that well because it's the North Sea, so it's a little cool, but yeah, my grandson's actually started a few weeks ago in North Carolina in school already, so, and my daughter who moved from, this isn't good news, but my daughter who moved from the UK to the US a few weeks ago, they bought a house and had it renovated before they moved in, and they had a new washing machine installed the other day, but the installers forgot to hook the drainage. So now they have an open ceiling in the lower level and all the new flooring and everything has to be ripped up and they have to move out while it's all being done. So I'm not going down again to help them.
As far as beaches are concerned, we always find the most beautiful one was in the Barbados, but in Cuba, the beaches are a little bit different depending on which coast you're on. But we found one inland, well, not really inland, but in Holguín, that is what I believe is what Wasaga Beach looked like before the humans came. Because it's hard white sand, it's clean, there's you do have some fish from the ocean come in, because it's a lagoon. And it was the most beautiful beach other than the one in Barbados. And I'm not telling you where it is.
I'm glad to be here. I've been to the big beach in Australia, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name. And one in India where they built out into the sea, a lot of sand there. Glad to be here.
Yes, well, I guess, every beach leaves its mark, right? But the beach I'm going to talk about is the one at the cottage. So a cottage is an island, so you get stuff, right? You get rocks to go up. And the water levels traditionally in Georgian Bay have been up to 10 or 12 years, down 10 or 12 years, right? So the beach changes. And so this year is just wonderful. It was wonderful when the little kids were there. It's sort of this deep, maybe deepest between us and the next island. We're friends with them, so I didn't walk across. But sometimes last low water that lasted a long time, I dug the Panama Canal through clay. Oh, it was a big job. I'm not doing it again. I've already put out feelers about getting a backhoe in there because it stops the water, and the beach area there was really smelly and stuff. And the only thing I saw using the Panama Canal was the beaver. And yeah, so that is just, it's my heart, folks, sorry. And today, Natalie, my granddaughter, curly blonde hair, I brought her a few times when I was babysitting her before school. She's off to the University of Ottawa.
My gosh.
And she's quite fully developed young woman, so she's ready for this next phase. It's going to be fun.
Well, I got a beach in my backyard. It never has any sand, but I've been to a lot of beaches around the world. I swam in the North Sea. I swam in Venezuela. I swam in Cocoa Beach. I swam in, you name it, I've been there swimming. And they're all spectacular beaches, every single one of them. So there's nothing that's really favorable, except the one I think the least populated one was when I was in Venezuela.
I owe the kitty, I don't have change, but 2 weekends ago, we went over to Tobermory and we discovered the grotto and the Bruce Peninsula. It's so beautiful. I didn't even think this was in Ontario. When you look at the pictures, the water's so translucent and beautiful. So that was a great experience. And then we passed on the way home. We came through Sauble Beach. So I got to discover Sauble Beach. I went as a kid, but I did remember, so it was nice. Although it was chilly, the weather wasn't so nice to get in, but it was really nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, that grotto is gorgeous.
I
had the opportunity last June, a year ago June, to be in
the Atlantic and the Pacific all in the same month, because I went to PEI and then I was out in Vancouver. So I was actually on, in PEI, I was in Crowfoot Bush, resort, and then on, the west coast, I was in Tofino. So it was really kind of a neat experience to go through that. But also, my most favorite beach was a couple of years ago. Ken and I, we did Newfoundland and the Cabot Trail and that, and we went to the tidal pool. And as we're out on the sand, because the receding of Fundy Bay and that, and as it's receding, I found something that it's really near and dear to my heart, which was a fossil. And I was able to put it in because it's a UNESCO site, I was able to donate it to the museum there. And it turned out to be a root, a fossilized root with all of its little tentacles and stuff like that. So that's really cool. It's cool going to the beach.
Of course, like everybody else, I have a favorite beach. I think every beach, anywhere there's water, it's warm, is a beach. You can have a beach in the backyard. We have a beach down the road, so I go there every Tuesday. But some of my good news is that some of you know that I have a cousin who's over from Czechoslovakia. He lives in Prague. He's 18 years old, and he starts at U of T on this week. So he's here as an international student. And one of the cool things about it is that my daughter and my cousin's kids have all been informing him about when you go to school, these are the things that you need to know. Halloween, because they don't have that. So all these new cultural things. Thanksgiving, you get the day off, you get to come home. There's a week in November that you have time off, that you get to come back home. This is his new home now. So he'll be staying with us as we're his guardians while he's here. So there's been a lot of cultural things. Even today, we're taking him to the CNE. So that's when I told him we were going to the exhibition, he goes, what, like body or science? And I had no amusement. So it's going to be a big culture shock. So he's a little scared about being so far away from home and going to school. But it'll be a great experience for him.
Fantastic. Teresa.
I have to say, Jen, you froze when you were talking about what you found at the beach. What did you find?
A fossil. A fossil? That
Oh,
was,
a fossil. Okay. So we're here in Petawawa and we're enjoying our private beach here. And my good news story is this Saturday, I'm going to be interacting with the Petawawa Rotary Club. They're having a car boot sale. So I'm looking forward to that.
Paul?
Yeah, I like our little beaches here in Innisfil. I like this time of year when there's not many people walking around, so it's perfect.
Katie.
I'm with Paul. One of my favorite beaches is the one at the end of our street. We're really fortunate. We have, the one at the end of Big Bay Point Road, but then there's a little tiny one tucked away at the end of Algonquin. And to take the kids after work on a nice warm night is kind of a dream come true. So that's my beach story. And good news is that school is almost here. I have been home with my kids now for a week, and it is around the corner, and I cannot wait.
My personal beach story, multiple. I've been to Daytona when I was about 7, and that was a weird experience for me to see people actually driving across the beach and things like that. And the Myrtle Beach, and then Hawaii changed things for me. Unfortunately, the beach that Melanie and I actually had dinner on, sadly, just recently burnt to the ground during the big fires in Maui. But seeing the volcanic beaches on the Big Island is amazing. But also echo what Janet was talking about around the Cabot Trail, some of the beaches around there. Some of these coves that you just go for like a random drive and you find them, and it's similar to Tobermory kind of cliffs, and it's just astonishing to see these things. So yeah, there's a lot of beauty out there that I just love to explore. the beaches are a great thing, but final good news is Nev just went off for her orientation, she's scared. Moving away, having to be an adult. But yeah, she's as of Friday, she'll be officially moved into residence.
Where's that?
At Fleming in Lindsay.
Good. Okay, thank you, everybody. So we will move on to some business. Does everybody have a paper pen that we can do?
I bought some stickers.
I have a big paper and I do have one bigger sticky.
Are we handing these in?
Yes, this will get handed in.
I'm so sorry.
Pen and paper, do you need pen and paper?
Just,
Unprepared.
So just while Debbie's doing that, John's been gracious enough to provide an experience with the police station. We have to work out the details and stuff. But if anybody has any other ideas about that, that they want to ask or something, just let me know and I can ask or whatever you can ask. Because those are the ones that sell. They seem to, and it's something you can't just go down the street and buy. And we have a couple of them. Warren's got his Mustang to like to go out for a drive for a few hours or something. Stuff like that. It doesn't have to be a very big thing, but something you otherwise wouldn't do.
Yeah, we did the police thing, my granddaughter, so I did it 1 year and it was fabulous. They did everything, put them in a jail cell.
Did they let them out?
Figure this out, you win money. How do you work it?
Also while we're waiting, I've ordered 20 of the We Will Remember Them signs from the Legion. I have to pay them today, but that's fine, I'll collect money off people when I bring them in. If anybody else who wasn't here when I sent the big list around would like one, just let me know. I ordered 20, we actually had 17 ordered, so I have got a few extra.
Sorry, the price on that was?
$20.
Yeah, I know I signed up and just.
So, here for a minute. Yes, so as you know, we did our brochure, the around town. I don't want to do a discussion on, as a debrief, but I would like for everybody to answer a couple of questions. And then we will take that information back and there'll be a small group of us that will go over everything and report back our findings and whether or not we will do this again. So this is the questions are, what did you do to help in this fundraising effort? What went well? Do you think what went well? What can we or could we have improved on? And should we do it again and why? So if you can do that, that would be something that I'm going to take back. And we will debrief on that. I'll give you a few minutes to do that.
Sorry, Debbie, I'm having trouble processing a bit this morning.
So-
You want us to answer those questions?
Yes,
on-
please.
on-
Yes, answer these questions. No names needed, just answer the questions.
So, and I hate to ask this,
Yep.
can you repeat the questions? I wasn't thinking, my,
They're.
okay, that's easily said, again, I can't read them.
So first one is, what did you do to help in this fundraising effort? What went well? What do you think went well? What can we or could we have improved on? And should we do it again? Online, if you can also do it. Did you get the questions? Okay. You can just send them to me by email, please. And for those members that are not here, I'm going to be sending it out to them so that they also will receive this.
I didn't bring my distance glasses.
Sorry. I couldn't move it right up.
It's okay.
Want us to deliver them to you, Deb, when we're done?
No, just leave it, because we're, just leave the stuff there. I'll pick it up back.
How much money did we make?
We made 5,000. $5,156.79. Yes.
That money can be used anywhere.
Yes, it's not.
So it's not like
Yes, it is.
there.
So much allergens in there. That's what came up in my discussion, and I got this husband who was like this.
Except you gave me a big one. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your input on that. So we'll move on to the RI modules. I was saying at the beginning of the meeting how, for attendance purposes, if you're not physically here, to educate yourself online. So this is where we will, this is what it looks like. How do we get here, Tim?
So to get your, go to your Rotary .org website. So I'll go back. Rotary.com.org works. It switches, if you go com, it switches to org. Then.
So this is the international website, Rotary International website?
Yep, that's correct. And then you go My Rotary. And it'll ask you to log in if you've not done that already, which what I have, so.
And your login should be the same, Janet?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then once you are there, you can look under Knowledge and Resources. And in here in the lower right corner, find Learning Center. Just click on that. And it will take you directly into that domain.
So can I make a recommendation for people who aren't here and who are not good, quick writers to make get every step? If Tim, you could walk it through as a B, C, D, this is, that would be fabulous. And send
Jenna,
it.
is there any like an educational resource for people, but how to?
No, really, no.
How to learn how to learn?
No, not really.
Okay, then I'll put that together, no problem.
You do screenshots.
Yep.
It does take a long time
It has a lot of material.
to load, yeah, I noticed that lately with all of the.
They also could be doing some work in the area, it's possible. Here it comes.
And if you have a Rogers account, you'll notice that it's going in and out and in and out, well, especially down at this end.
Yeah.
Because they're working on, Bell 5 is moving in, so they're
Yes.
tampering with the Rogers lines. So these are all of the, and Jenny, you can step in and help out too. So these are all of the different types of learning opportunities. So you can learn, if you go into, start with about Rotary. So everything here, unless it's blocked out, that says you don't have access to it for whatever purpose. So you can click on any of them.
Oh, that's
If you don't have access, it's because you don't have the high enough clearance on it.
Yes.
So for instance, Barb being an ADG would have access to probably everything, whereas a member may not have something on district learning. In regards to roles and stuff like that.
So you would click on it and then it goes into this, and then you, on the right side, it gives you all of your e-learning modules that you can do. So, and there's other, yeah, so other courses. So for this particular one, I just want to go into, let's go back to memberships actually.
And the languages are there, so you can actually pick what language you want to learn in. It can be any language, so.
Yeah, we'll go into membership. So these are all of our membership opportunities. So, Andrea, this would be somewhere that you could start learning. So we have our best practices for engaging new members, club membership committee basics, equity, diversity, inclusion. And it tells you how long the courses are. So there's 5 courses for this. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes, but you can stop and start at any time. So if we go into, say, let's go into the middle one, the diversity equity. So it's 15 minutes. So you could just enroll in it. Let's begin. And then let's begin. We'll just do one. We won't do the whole thing, but just so people understand. So it says start the course. And then it gives you information to read. So you can just read it all, read it all, read it all. And then sometimes it gives you like little pop-outs. So to go into the pop-out and read the pop-out. And then it says continue, and you can go on to the next, click. The next portion of it, and once you're finished it all, we'll do this one, click the Rotary's definition. It gives you the ability to click in. It's very interactive. I find it very interactive now. Oh, so these, you'll see this, these little things. So it talks about Rotary events, global communication, international leadership. So it is very interactive. It's not like you're sitting there reading and you're actually participating in it. So it gives us the ability to learn more about Rotary, how to improve your committee, diversity, equity. If you want to learn about a club, being a club chair, club president, if you'd like to move up into different areas in Rotary. So at club events, how for diversity, equity, it gives you all of this information. Then at the end, there's sometimes a little quiz. Some of them have quizzes or more resources. So this would take you 15 minutes to do. Once you're finished it, there's a little,
there's no quiz.
If there's no quiz, then it asks you for information on how you learned about this, and you give a little bit of feedback on it. It asks you what your district is. Our district is 7010, so you have to put that information in there, that you're a Rotarian, you're from district 7010. The reason being is that information then just gets flipped over to your profile on our district. And I'm all about a little bit of competition myself. So they have like awards. So there's a cup, there's stars. So I go on to district and I see who I'm competing with. And then also for this, I see who I'm competing with worldwide. So on my own, I've pretty much done a lot, completed, I think, 10 full modules. So I've got something like 6,100 points or awards on there. So I'm myself, it's my own competition to learn. And so I send that out to everybody to learn something new. When you have a minute, if you go through them and you have 15 minutes, you're traveling on a train or you're just, don't know what to do, go into your My Rotary and pick up a learning module. The month of September is literacy and education. So it would be great if everybody could come back and say, yes, I've done at least one of the modules or part of a module, just so that we can have everybody learning more and more about Rotary. And those of you who have been in Rotary for a long time, there might be something new that's come up that you'd like to learn, especially the diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's a new module online. So if you haven't had the opportunity to check it all out, please do so. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm just gonna mention, best practice is make sure you take notes. Because the questions they ask you are not always in the same language as what they talk about in the actual article. So it can be kind of flipped around, so all of a sudden you think you're answering one question, you can be a different outcome, so having notes is always a good idea. Back on.
Yeah, so you can see that they have the, like the awards and in the little, here, that cup. So these are awards, your game of my achievements, so points, badges, and so on, so you can always check with that. And then if you go back to, right here, we have a little bot who assists you with your virtual coach. So they tell you how's it going, you're enrolled in 3 learning plans, how about starting, and they actually coach you on what to do next or what you should finish, so you actually don't have to remember. You can just go over to your coach, your virtual coach, and they'll help you navigate through the system. So they made it a lot, I think they made it a lot easier, and I think they keep improving with it. Yeah.
The only problem is you can go down a rabbit hole where you can end up, when you first go in and you start to do the lesson and you do the pop-outs, watch that they're just a tab that comes out on your website. So you're not actually losing the link to that, you can go back. So if you look, there's, if Tim could go up to the top right there, see how there's those tabs? Those are the ones that you're gonna be clicking back and forth on.
You don't have a course calendar?
No, up the top.
Oh,
right,
yeah, I did those
tabs.
purposely.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that a lot of times the tabs come out, and then you wonder how to get back, it doesn't look like you can get back. You click the little X in the top right hand corner on that, you can close it and go to the next one.
They're actually completely separate websites.
Yes.
So they're not talking back and forth.
Yeah, you're not having to reverse back out of something.
So I send it out there that everybody at least go on, try to get into it. If you don't know how to, well, Tim will put that information out. Get into it, go on, take a look at what's available and start doing the module. I like to start doing this as part of attendance. So if you're not going to be here to go online, I'm just leaving it out there that you do it on your own. We're all adults to learn something new with regards to Rotary. And please, diversity, equity, and inclusion is one that I suggest everybody maybe start with to just take a look at it. Yes.
President Debbie, there's some people may already be on it, I'm on it.
Yes.
A Facebook site called Rotary Minute.
Oh.
And it has fantastic, I sent it to you, Janet, I think, yeah. It's a Facebook page and it's an international page, so you have stuff from Rotary clubs all over the world that post to it about different Rotary stuff, so that's a good site to track.
Yeah, because one of the links that was talking here that I opened up was that Rotary Voices, that's the official Rotary blog.
Yeah.
That they talk about, so you can actually go there and see good news stories from different groups around the world, so those are all positive stories we use for PR.
Yeah, the Rotary Minute is literally just giving you some information, random information about clubs all over the place.
Okay. The cricket approves.
Yeah, the cricket. Okay, so our next big thing is our strategic plan. As you know, we're moving forward with it. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. So put this up here. I know not everyone can see it. Apologies. So phase 1 was our SWOT. We did complete that, and we took that information and sent it back to the club. Phase 2, we're starting on parts of that. So our previous, we would like some input on the vision, mission, and goals. Just need to find our mission. So I don't know whether or not we would like to improve on our current mission. And our current mission is improving quality of life locally and globally through impactful leadership, volunteerism, and fun. I don't know whether or not we would like to improve that or keep that or take away or add any of our new verbiage to it. Any comments on that? So it's improving quality of life locally and globally through impactful leadership, volunteerism, and fun.
Tiffany,
like
where
the
would I
KISS
find
principle.
that? Where, do we have a document on number?
Yes, it's the strategic plan 2017 to 2021, 18, 19.
Oh, so that's the existing.
That's the existing one,
existing,
yeah, that's the existing one, yeah. So our current vision is improving quality of life locally and globally through impactful leadership, volunteerism, and fun. Wondering if we need to work on improving that, or if we just take that and leave it, and then that's what we're gonna go forward with our vision. Any comments?
Why reinvent the wheel?
That's what I'm asking. Do we want to reinvent the wheel? Okay, so we will keep this as our vision mission moving forward. Our goal.
Sorry.
So our goals that we would like to set for the next 3 years, 2024 through to 2027. We want to make sure that our goals are, we have growth, so the future profits for any of our events, and also leadership, professional learning, and membership. So what we will do is we'll take all of our different committees and these we'll add growth to it. For membership, what do we want to see in membership, administration, events, with the thought of profits and professional learning. Quantitative learning, so our objective, how are we going to complete these goals once we have them, the purpose of the goal, and for the milestones during each phase, making sure that we hit each of these goals moving forward. So some of our goals should be growing, serving, having fun, being attractive, contribution, and making a difference locally and globally. So I'm going to send out this information. It's morning, I know, I did this last night really quick so I wouldn't forget. So I'm gonna send this out, and we'll be using, I don't know if you're familiar with SMART goal setting. So SMART goal setting is basically specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, and then what the goal is. So I will send this out to everybody so that they are aware of what our next phase for this strategic planning is. So we will set some goals for the next 3 years, from 2024 through to 2027, and we will include all of the pathways to make sure that we actually hit those goals. Our last strategic plan, which you can find in Club Runner under strategic plan in I think it's in administration. You can take a look at some of those goals that were set. They did that one in 2019, I think it is, 2019 to 2021. Those goals were set, goals and objectives. So this is a bit of a long process, but we're doing pretty good with, we've completed our SWOT, we completed the information for what our external partners believe we are. We also did today our mission, so we will keep the same mission as we did before. Again, I'll send it all out, but I thought I'd just, part of this strategic planning, Louise has asked that it become a club effort. So the more information we get in, then we have club buy-in for everybody to participate. Does anybody have any questions about this?
Are you looking for feedback after you send it out, the feedback? Are you looking for what members might think are achievable targets and stretch goals and things like that?
Yes.
So those instructions
For each
will
of
come.
them, it'll all be
It'll all
put
come.
together.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in something that's very user-friendly. Yes.
So just on the goals there, like under, say, for instance, growing.
Yes.
The grow can't be growing, the goal us to be, we wanna grow the club by
Yes,
X% over this period of time.
right.
So then it's specific, measurable,
measurable.
Because if you can't measure it, it's not
You
gonna.
can't measure
You can't
growth.
measure a goal. Yeah.
And the
You
thing
can't
is.
measure having fun either.
But that's part of Rotary.
Oh, yeah, but you have to set a goal,
Yes.
a specific goal, or
Social
having
goal.
fun.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly, you just said it, is like the goal to have fun is to have social gatherings, to have the soup contest, to have those things.
Right.
That are where we come together, that we as fellowship under the category
You
of
wanna do
fellowship.
this.
Yeah, and at the end of the year, did you have fun?
Right.
Yeah.
And then a follow-up for it. as
We,
a
I've
target.
known it as SMART, so SMART with an A at the end, and it's actions,
Yeah,
right? So you've gotta have, you have all that other stuff, but then you have to have the action, which to
Makes it happen.
fulfill the SMART goals.
You say SAMRT?
SMART, SMART.
I thought,
smart.
yeah, that's smart. That was a joke from Simpsons.
That's right,
I am
yeah.
so smart,
I am
SAMRT.
Yeah.
So I'll get all of this together with our updates and I will send it out, give me a little bit on doing that. And then, of course, our next fellowship initiative meeting, we will continue on with this, with the information that I've received back. I will put a deadline on it for probably the middle of September, or near the end of September, so that people have the opportunity to think about it. And also, it would be good if you collaborate with your committees, if you're a chair, then that way you're not thinking about it on your own, you're thinking of it as a group, hence having committee meetings beginning it.
Are they being put into the RI site as well for our club goals and that?
Yes, I have those. We discussed them at the board meeting. So there is a goal center, so I have uploaded, and you can go into the goal center for 23-24. There's membership, foundation service, public relations, and young leaders. And I kind of came up with a bunch of numbers and brought it to board, and the board and I, we went through them, and some of them we don't believe were achievable. So when we put club membership, our goal to increase, I put 10, maybe unrealistic, so we lowered it to 5 new members this year. So we went through all of the different areas, and I have now uploaded them for 23 and 24. So, yeah. Okay.
Can I make one last appeal for the events committee with regard to the dinner? Anybody who has any ideas for experience kind of options, such as my husband has said he'll take a 2-hour ride with up to 3 people, other people, in the Mustang. So something like that people would want to have that experience, or something that is not necessarily a thing, but an experience or an opportunity you otherwise wouldn't have. John's just agreed that we can have something from Go as an experience, so we'll work on that and see if we can't do some others. So if you have an idea and don't have time to pursue it, please let somebody on the events committee know, because we want to make it a good experience at the harvest dinner.
Excellent. 50-50? Sorry. Who's that?
That's 3 numbers, 988.
Oh, I wanna get this.
President Debbie, can I just let club members know who were following Taya's engagement journey? Yeah. Sorry, she did successfully get married.
We survived.
Happened this weekend. Thank you, everybody online, and for coming today. Meeting adjourned.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Oh, you know what, you should give that to the